So what drew you to want to be a part of Godzilla?
The first time I got the phone call, I was told there's this director, Gareth Edwards, filming. He's going to be putting together Godzilla with Legendary Pictures. And I hadn't seen Gareth's film Monsters, so I saw it. And he has such an amazing sensibility as a director of balancing a story-driven plot with something spectacular like monsters in a world that people are trying to survive in. And you know, he wrote it, he directed it, he edited it, he shot it, he did the special effects, and it's kind of a fantastic feat when you think about it and see it. And Legendary Pictures is a production company that I think most actors really want to work with. They put out such amazing, phenomenal films, and they are all so grounded, but incredibly entertaining at the same time. They really have figured out how to find a balance. And so I had no real relationship to Godzilla. I just knew what Godzilla was. I knew what it kind of looked like. I knew it originated in Japan, and that was about it. I never saw a film. And I learned about what Godzilla is and what he represents through Gareth's interpretation and his, them trying to pay respect to why the Japanese created it in the first place. And I could tell through a teaser trailer that he showed me, through the tone and through the artistic movement of the camera and the coloring and the sound and using Oppenheimer's own voice and quote, explaining how he created a monster, and all that whole combination just really leads you to wanting to be a part of a film like that. And it's in good intentions, and they're going to make something epic and fun and blockbustery, but they promise a human story, and you've already seen it before in their other films, and you've seen it in Gareth's film, and you've seen the other actors who are signing on for it. So you really do feel like you're in a really, there's a lot of good things coming together that you want to be a part of.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Elle Brody, and what are some of the issues that she's facing?
Yeah, so I play Elle Brody, who is the wife of Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, Ford, and he is a service. He works in the Navy, and he had just come home, and we have a son together, Sam, who's 4. And he had just come home from being abroad, and he has to leave again to take care of things with his father, who gets mixed up with something in Japan. And I also am a nurse, and I am the part in the story that really holds the perspective of what it's like to be, the everyday man, I guess, while they're experiencing all these fantastical, crazy, military, scientific, experimental situations. I'm the one who's only responding to things seen on the news, and then it being brought to my own city and being in a hospital trying to take care of the overflow of people that are coming in from neighboring cities, and at the same time trying to make sure that your son's okay and not knowing where your husband is. And those are the conflicts that I get to experience in the film. And it's really nice to get to play a nurturer who cares first and foremost about the people that she loves, as opposed to herself, or even strangers at a hospital. And so that was really a nice change up for me.
Great. Were there a lot of stunts and special effects that you had to be aware of while you were filming?
Not so much. I worked with a little bit with special effects. I worked a little bit with special effects, only maybe about 4 days or something. And when I did, it was really fun because you're part of these extras. There's like so much frenetic energy, and you're all feeding off of it from each other, and everyone's, extras are really good. It's really fun to be in a mass of people who are either running away or kind of jam-packed in, a subway, underground subway, and you just know what it's, Gareth would show me previs, he'd show me on his laptop this basically cartoon version of what they're going to put in. And so I would understand what it is I'm responding to and looking at. And so that was incredibly helpful. And then the rest is your imagination.
Even though you just had sort of learned about Godzilla through Gareth's eyes, why do you think he's been so legendary for so many years, and do you think that Godzilla is a villain?
I think Godzilla's been legendary for so many years because there really haven't been, he is the king of the monsters. Like, that is his reputation. And throughout different decades, he has been something to fear and something campy, and then something to fear again, and then he's been the hero or he's been the villain, and he's always played multiple roles depending on what was almost like what was in fashion at that time in film. And right now, it's not in fashion to be campy. People want something grittier and darker and rooted, and that is the film that we've created. I think he's the anti-hero. I think, Ken Watanabe's character a lot says, nature needs to restore itself. And a lot of times we would love to be able to control that, but essentially that is all out of our hands. And he comes in and restores nature. I don't think he means to destroy other things besides these other monsters that are giving the world a hard time. And I have a lot of sympathy for Godzilla. They have been able to give him a personality of his own in the CGI, and it's remarkable.